And we have Mitch here. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay. Shall we wait for others to join, or we can go ahead?
I think you're probably safe to start. Is Amin coming?
Yeah, he has to be here. And Ramin is on his way home. And we have plenty of demos on Ramin's side, and we need him. So, okay, let's start with interactions and distraction as intentions. As we reschedule our timing, and today we just have only 1 hour, and we're gonna review our sprints that we have on both Trace and IO. And we have short demos, or maybe the demos in details, and review what we've done, and take a look at board, what's in the pipeline, what's the status of the last issues that we have. So we don't have any planning for today, but tomorrow we start planning for next 2 weeks. Because if we have time, we can go through planning and grooming issues. But I just want to put some times to know exactly what is being delivered to the customer. So this is my intention, and I have no distractions. I pass it to Laura.
Yeah, my intentions for the call are just to, I don't know, help organize and take notes, and my distraction, well, and also just like talk about sort of this seeming artillery of people who are trolling us and like trying to make things more resilient against them. So I just would like to discuss that. I guess I'm also a little bit distracted by that because I'm looking at Twitter and looking at Giveth.io and like trying to see what's going on. Yeah, I'll pass it to Mohammed.
Hey guys, my intention is to demo some of my works that deployed on UAT, and knowing that what's happening, and my distraction is this. I just want to eat this and I don't have any distraction. I pass it to Mitch.
No distractions, except for, like Lauren said, all these weird messages in the Discord. And intentions for this call, I would like to see what's being worked on, where our first steps are for this technical integration conversation that we had last week, and maybe talk about wrapping up this whole analytics thing, just following the governance call. That'd be cool if that was done and ready. I'll give it to Ramin. Are you there, Ramin?
Hi, sorry, I lost the time.
Oh, okay, Amin, sure.
How are you? You're mute.
Just doing intentions, distractions.
Oh, yeah. My intention is talking about the issue we have solved this week, about the security things, about the UI, making the progress on the verification process, and yeah, that's it. Anyone else has left?
Yeah, I'm missing. I'm very distracted today because I feel very stressed out about the application. Vercel is working really weirdly, and the app is not this optimal state. So I'm trying to check that out. In the meantime, we having this call, but I also want to check the latest, also related to the details on the traceable projects on the interface. I want to discuss that with you, Monique. Basically, the comment that I left out is that I don't have like a proper design to put all the information that we discussed. So yeah, what's going to be the plan? That's my only intention for the call, and keep everything that is needed related. Who's missing, Carlos?
Hello. Yeah, I just joined. Well, my intention is to pretty much listen what's going on right now. I'll be there if you need anything, Mateo, for if there's anything going on in the impact graph. Yeah, today I was planning to probably have a small talk with Mateo, kind of to organize myself a little bit better, and I was planning also to download, install, and play a little bit with the Trace app, so that maybe I can plan an integration and then talk to Amin about it. So yeah, that's pretty much. Is anyone left? Or I'll pass it to Mo.
Ashley, Mia, and Rami.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, hi
I'll pass
everybody. Oh. Okay. Hi everybody. Yeah, my intentions for the call is just like check in and sync up and maybe get some more information about some of the things that were discussed in the integration session that I wasn't able to join. And yeah, just see how everybody's doing and where we're going, and that's really my only intentions. I don't have any distractions, so I'm just here. And Mia?
Hey everyone. I just to listen and learn today. No distractions. Thanks. And I think Ramin hasn't gone.
Ramin, are you there? Okay. Let's start with reviewing the sprint that we have. Let's take a look at the boards. Let me share my screen. Let's start with trace board here. You know, we have nothing left in progress, but you know, we had some, but I, you know, put them back in the sprint backlog. We have all these items left here because they're not fully delivered. We worked on some of them that the devs show you, but you know, because they're not fully delivered to UAT, I just keep them here. And the biggest of them, the 21 story point here, is just for verification that we're unable to deploy it fully fledged on UAT. And yeah, and the raise limit also, you know, finishing the setup new server for trace. All of these items are still here, and you know, some of them are related to most of them are related to verification. You know, a story, user story that we are here.
Sorry,
And,
the rate limit stuff are actually UAT tests we have done today. I and Mohammed have done most of the thing.
yeah,
We just tested.
yeah, I don't have it here, but you know, we can talk after the meeting.
Okay.
We said just about today in our daily, we said 5 o'clock for delivering all the things to UAT. But yeah, we can have a talk after that. And we just delivered these things. About the infinity map proof. We added a checkbox here. We show the USD value of donations in donations and the delegations. And we fixed the bug about changing the text of the change corner and things that you can see here. If you take a look at our latest sprints that we have, I just we've done about 49 story points from 90 story points that we promised to do. And I think it's not a good performance according to our latest performance that we have. It's about 15. But in our latest sprint, we just reached a 90 and 80, 100 performance. It is what I know about trace board. And if you take a look at Giveth 2, we have lots of things here in code review that Matto is going to solve after their meeting. There are some stories that are left in staging. Some of them has problems that and need Mitch approve to pass it to Don. I appreciate Mitch if you can take a look. And in this case, we have a talk during this meeting, as Matto said. And I think it's all of the things that we have here. And if you take a look at our burn down, and we assume that done is things on the user staging, I think we can say 40 out of 65 story point is 62%. I think it's not a good performance too, and we have to take a look about defining the user stories, and because most of them are transferred from our latest sprint to this sprint, and I think that there's not delivered to UAT or their value as they're not deliver their value to the user. And this is what we have on trace according to data. And I just
Nick, I have a question here. You're in the Giveth 2 repo, and I'm confused if we're supposed to be using Giveth next.
And if you take a look, I just create a board in ZenHub.
Yeah.
Giveth -2. It's not a repository, but
it's a workspace. So which workspace are you using? Because I'm moving issues on Giveth next.
Let me see. That's how. Yeah, Giveth next. I attached Giveth next and Giveth -graph impact -graph here.
But if I go to the Giveth next workspace, not the repository, and I'm looking in user testing UAT, and it's empty because I'm in there, and that's where I move issues.
Okay, I'm not using that board.
So I don't know which one to use. That's my problem.
Please use this Giveth -2 board.
Giveth 2 workspace? Okay.
Yeah, workspace in ZenHub. But if you want to use, GitHub, you can go to Giveth -next repo.
How about
I understand that. It's just, it gets really confusing because there's two, there's the repository and there's the workspace, and you can configure both independently. So I just if that's the workspace we're using, then I'll make sure that I use that one.
Yeah.
How about merging the workspace of Ghost Trace and Ghost 2 all together?
Yeah, it's a thing that we have to. Talk and it can be your agenda if you want to move it. And having a one workspace is very good, even for me. I put it in the agent.
So everyone knows how to do, where to look and where to make make issues, make cards.
Yeah. So this is the overview of what have we done during this sprint, and I just want to ask Mohammed to have a short demo or detailed demo. Today we just have reviewing and the demo. You can say all the things that you have and all the problems with. Thank you.
Do you have my screen? Okay. One of our security issues was we didn't have any rate limit for any web services. For example, some user could come to Trace.Giveth.io and make millions of pending donations, and that makes our website dirty. So we implemented some rate limits, and we implemented this logic that for example, for creating donation, we let the users to create 50 in 1 minute. But for traces, we restrict users to just create 10 in a day. So we set different amounts for every endpoint. And the complexity of this issue was because we have WebSocket and HTTP. If we just had the HTTP and Express, we could easily use any libraries that support the Express. But the solution can support the WebSocket and HTTP. It was a little tricky. In the config, and all the numbers, all the values are in the config, so we can increase the limitations or disable rate limit or everything in just configs. For example, I set the limitation of for get request, find and get. I set the just 2 in 60 seconds to show you what happens after that. Now I call getting communities. I get the response. I call it again. I again get the response, and after 3 requests, I got the error. Too many requests. And as you see here, this is the timer that this expiration will end. After 30 seconds, user can again request to this web endpoint, and it's the restriction is just for this endpoint. And if I call get traces, I get response. So I get response, and now I got error. So every endpoint has own the restriction. So it's the biggest thing I worked last sprint. I also worked on the project verification, but because the whole package of tasks is not done, we can't deliver that, so I can't demo to you, but we spent some time on that. And I did some tiny bug fixes. For example, we had some one email issues that when someone reject donation and donation get back to community, we previously sent an email to DAC owner that you got a donation, but now we changed the email text as Lauren and Ashley said to say something else, and it's done now. And something like this, we always had a change co-owner here, but now if a campaign doesn't have co-owner, we show set co-owner, and after setting that, we change it to change co-owner. Set co-owner, change co-owner. And it was one of tiny tasks. And yeah, Anna is set up a server for the production, but we need some time for migrate our codes and projects to new server, so it's not done yet, but I spent some time on that. So it's my demo. I'll pass it to Ramin. Are you here?
Yes.
I'll pass it to you.
Hi everyone. Let me share my screen. Do you have my screen? Okay.
I know maybe it's my problem. I can't see. Yeah, I have it. Thank you.
It's still loading for me. Okay, I can see it now.
The first issue was about the comment of comment on donations. It was hidden that, and Giveth suggests that we implement new design to show the comments here. As you see, I make the donation table wider than the other stuff to make the comment visible, because before it was the comment section was under scroll bar. There was a scroll bar, a horizontal scroll bar for the comment section, and it wasn't shown what the donator what have written. But now it's completely shown here, and we also summarized the user address to have more space in here, and also the comment we summarize it, and we design a button see more. If the user clicks on see more, he will see the whole comment. This was the issue that Giveth created. Then we had an issue about switching wallet to allowing the user to switch the wallet. When the user lock his wallet, he sees the connect wallet button, and when he connects his wallet, we wouldn't show him, or we wouldn't get him an option to change his wallet. But now we designed another section in the menu bar that will show the user address, and also we show an icon of the current wallet that he's using. By clicking on this, the user can change the wallet. For example, this is now MetaMask is selected. He can change it to Taurus or change it back to MetaMask or anything. Yes, let me change. The next issue was about showing the yes, and the next issue was about the swal, removing swal. That swal was a sweet alerts that coming in the, for example, when the user clicks on collect button, change recipient, archive, milestone complete, we show him some notification that we're using the Suite Alert package. We changed all the Swell packages, and as you see, all the UIs are changed a little, and we changed all of them to Ant design to make our app a little lighter. It was for the previous week, but I forgot in the previous week to demo it, but I show it now. And the last one was the verification, and now we have the verification page. The verification is almost 80% done. All the UI stuff and UI elements are done, but just the connection to backend is in progress. That today, unfortunately, I couldn't have time to complete it, but the UI is completed, and I will show you. This is the first page of the verification. That the user first he should connect his wallet. If his wallet is connected, we show him a switch wallet button. But and this is the menu bar. The menu bar we hide the menu bar for this verification. This main menu bar, and we design a new menu bar for the verification that has a simple logo of the Giveth and the user address. If the user if the user connects his wallet and click on next button, the user profile info will be loaded from the backend, and the backend will get the user profile from the Giveth.io. And here we show the user the wallet address, first name, last name, location, and other stuff, and also the image of the user in the Taurus wallet. If the user accepts the data and approve it, he should click on the confirm and sign button. And also here we have some tiny steps that show the user in which step he is now on. First was connecting your wallet. Now he is on confirm your profile, and the last section is confirming the project. Now this is the confirming the project that we asked the front end, ask the backend, and get the campaign or the project result. The backend get the data from the Giveth.io, and we showed it here. This is a simple project that exists in Giveth.io that I showed him here. This is the owner, this is the title, and this is the description. If the user accepts his project and confirms it, he should click on confirm your project. And if the user click it, this is done, and it says congratulations, and his project will be automatically added to a campaign in the trace.giveth.io, and also we will automatically make a new profile for the user in the trace.giveth.io with the new information that we are fetching from the Giveth.io. So we will automatically make a campaign and make a profile for the user, and that's it. It's the verification process. And the last thing is about infinite allowance option that
if you don't have
we decided to change it, and I will pass it to Monique to show this.
It needs MMT and Ethereum in the new wallet. And I want to show everyone, according to our latest change on donation model, we had a design based on Marco's suggestion that we do you have my screen, guys?
Not yet.
Shall I wait it? No one has it?
It's still loading.
weird. He said you've been disconnected. See, it's time.
No, I cannot see there.
Let me turn off my video. Don't have it?
No. I just wanted to say, Ramin, from the slides that you just presented there locally, it looks really awesome. There's just a couple languaging changes I would make on those. Just some grammar and some text. That's all. It looks really awesome. I love it.
Thank you. In which one you have some suggestions?
Well, first of all, confirm to get your project traceable, or I think something like that. That
yes
doesn't quite make sense. So you just maybe some little fixes, and the font looks a bit funny. Just really, really minor stuff. But I mean, like, it's nice to see it coming alive.
I can mention, the issue. You can put your comments there because it's in progress. It's very valuable if you have it right now.
I use the exact words and sentences in the design. I didn't change them or I didn't design them. I just.
That was my fault because I give it.
It's no problem. It's no problem. Well, it's better to do it now than have you to go back and make a new PR and whatnot. So yeah.
Yes.
Do you have my screen right now, guys, or?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I just want to show you this. If I go to, for example, project. For example, a trace or somewhere that I can donate, and I don't give the infinity access of the Giveth bridge to my token, we just add this item, allow infinity access. If the user click on this item, it can be automatically, have the infinite access. The Giveth bridge has the infinite access to that token, but we don't have this, and we design it that every user give the infinity access automatically. But according to Griff's comments, that it might be dangerous for people to accept it. We just make it optional by this checkbox. That's it. I just want to show you this item. And
quick comment on that too. Infinity access sounds really weird. I don't know if people are going to understand, and it might make more questions from a user.
I don't know. Questions. I think the trace demo is finished. We're gonna have IO demo and review right now, but we have, you can ask your question whenever you want.
I have a sorry. I have a quick demo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's. We have two levels of. We have two levels of throttling or rate limiting. One of them is the Nginx in the front of the.
I just want to mention Metal, according to security stuff that we're talking about, I think this part is very, can be very useful for you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. We have a Feather's backend server. This Feather that Mohammed has put some rate limitation on services, but also we have an Nginx in front of that. Nginx is faster than our server, but it's not as smart as ours. But it's possible for also in our server we do the rate limitation, but it has some computation. So we want to reduce that if someone brute force do the brute force and send lots of requests to our servers. So we have limited at gateway. So every user just can send 10 queries per 10 queries per minute our server. And in case of query, it's HTTP connection or WebSocket connection to our server. When you use our application, you just create one connection if you want to be in context. You create a WebSocket that's only one connection, and you do the rest of this. So here I has limited our. I simulated. Let's show you. Sorry, I should change the config to show you better. Sorry for becoming late. Go ahead. No, not working. I should do it. Sorry, I changed my connection. That caused the problem. Okay, so if you see here, I'm testing our backend. I want to send a request to that. I sent 20 requests per immediately. As you see, the first queries are responded, and the next 10 queries are failed. The gateway doesn't allow you to send more than 10 queries per minute. For instance, you cannot open also more than 10 WebSocket from an IP. We can tune that variables, but it's important for us, to has 2 level of rate limitation to keep our server protected from brute force attacks. That's it.
And is it just on a web service, or it's kind of network stuff?
It's a network stuff. All connection between the Giveth trace frontend and the backend is only in one connection. The one connection is established, and you send queries through that. So it's not any limitation for you. It's just for calling the REST API, just 1 per 10 minutes, 10 per 1 minute. So it's just variables. They can be tuned. I put that on the develop for a security test purpose.
Thank you. And what about the IP? Can we control the requesting IPs, or?
Yeah, it's per IP. Mm-hmm. Per IP, you cannot send more than 10 queries per minute.
Fantastic. Thank you, man. Matto, are you ready?
Sure, give me a moment.
Thank you.
It's really straightforward. Basically, the sprint so far mentioned about making this list on the projects drop down here. Lauren made a feedback that we should make it a little bit tinier. It's too massive for the page, so I'll do it like 50% smaller. Then I, instead of going directly to the trace side, I'm going to show the project details on the traceable projects in the interface. So you can see, instead of saying verified, you say traceable. We show the donations and the description. I remove the updates and all of that information, because I still need to check on how we are going to make that UX work for the different traces. And make this better. I replied to you on the issue, and that's like my only concern so far, because there are differences on some information that we show on traces and not on the IO interface, and we may need a design for that at least. So basically this, and if you click donate, it goes straight to the trace page of the project, of the campaign. That's basically it. Also, if you go to whatever, let's say education, it goes directly to the project list, and it goes to the same category that you mentioned. That's basically it. I'm working right now on the stabilization of the app. That's going to be very messy. I'm not sure what's going on with Vercel. I want to focus a lot on the security and change some aspects on how the project's process are going on because of recent things that happened this weekend with some users. So I'm going to focus on that, making the application a little bit more stable because right now it is not. And yeah, I wanted to set the priority for this week to check on the migration to Next on the Trace app. Depending on how long it takes for me to do this and the proposal I want to make on some changes, I think I'll remove a little bit of the priority on that. But I can talk about it tomorrow on the planning session that we have. I want to first have a better idea before mentioning anything of that. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Matteo. Matteo, if you can you share again your screen? Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, I have a suggestion. When user on the trace, on the traceable project, click donate, so you can redirect it to the page and put an / donate at the end of the URL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I was wondering because when I clicked on these, the URL didn't change, so that makes sense. Thanks, man. I will do.
Yeah, thank you.
And according to our discussion, let me share my screen for formation of all of the participants here. It's my request for all you dev, please, if we talk about the issue and we take it and we set estimates on them. It's just based on the description of the user story. For example, in this story, I just put emphasize on the success criteria. That is that's clicking on a specific traceable project, set details of owner, description, traces, leaderboard. And, I was thinking that all of this information is, available. And if you, at the time that you want to set estimate for this item, if you think that it's a little bit, can't be estimatable or testable, or if you, have any concerns on the quality of the delivering this user story, you can ask, or you can just not accept it to be to be in the sprint, and we plan for it. I assume that all the information is can be verified here in these URLs, and I think it's a little bit my fault that I don't do the UAT testing sooner. Yeah. And
sorry, I cannot see your screen. Can anyone see Monica's screen? No.
Not yet.
Wow. Okay, forget about my screen. If you go through, the card, the issue number 137 on Giveth Next, you can see the success criteria, the detail of a story. And, if you have any problem on, the grooming for the user stories, that we have to talk about it, go to details, and we confirm it, and then we plan for it. And, all the stakeholders maybe have this expectation that we have that issue delivered on the end of this sprint. So it's just my request from all the devs here that's it's going to help us to improve our quality by delivering the issues. And Metal, if you have any problem concerning that, you say that you need maybe a UX or a design for it. For example, to show the list of traces there, or maybe the leaderboard, or the maybe, for example, the plans right now that we have for that traceable project. If you have any question anytime, you can just put in the comments, or you can easily can't accept it to do it in the sprint, unless we reach the final step for going to code. That's it. That's my requirement.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah. And about this specific issue, if you have any concerns right now, you can say it, and we can finalize it till for next meeting tomorrow. Okay. So I just want to I think all of the review of this sprint is done right now, and we can go to another agenda. One is just having one board. One item is just analytics that meets set, and one is just the big epic that we have for integrating these two apps. I'd show I showed you a proposal or a mock-ups for integrating these two dApps. Are you guys have any chance to review it? Lauren, Mitch, Mia, Forrest, Ashley, did you have any time to go with use case scenarios, and have any comments about it?
Are you talking about the mock-ups to make it traceable? I'm confused. Which mock-ups?
The mock-ups are about the integrating these two dApps.
Do you want feedback on all this in this call?
Yeah, we can go through. We have just 10 minutes to talk about these issues, and before we plan it for tomorrow. If you can, you have time to go ahead, Mitch.
No, I don't have any feedback. I'm just we probably won't get through anything else if you want to open up this right now.
Yeah, according to our talks, we decided on implement components from the UI of the trace to Next.js, and we can have a big issue of donating in the IO for a traceable project. If we take this item, it's a big step forward for having a one platform. And it's all related to our roadmap here. And making these two dApps together, we just have 2 or 3 months to finish all of the user stories about them. And if we want to show you something here, they're worried that I can't share my screen for you. Don't know what's the problem. Can you see my screen? You can see the picture. Yeah.
No.
If I can't show you, you can see the pictures in all the channel. I posted them a week ago. You can review them, and
Is there an issue number for it? Are you looking at a specific issue?
Not yet. We don't have any specific issue. I'll create it. But as a I created an epic and put some issues on them, relates issues on this epic. And I think that we're just talking about how we can bring these issues, how we prioritize them. In one Notion, that's the link here was in the the all dev Mish created. We listed that all the use cases. I just want to send it again. I just replied on the link right now in the all dev channel. You can go through the Notion and see there is a list of use cases for integrating the dApps. It's mostly related to non-management user, and after we talked, we reached the conclusion that we have to create components for Giveth trace in Next.js, and beside we can have this story of donating a traceable donation on the UI of the Giveth.io. So these two things, I can make their story and relate it to that epic. And I mention everyone if they have any comments on it, because I saw that you are very interested to have a talk all over it, and currently we need your feedback to confirm all the aspects and go through it. If you start doing this, it's a huge step. I think we have to work on it for a month, at least. And appreciate if you have any comments on it.
I could comment, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Lauren and Mitch can have better ours and others, of course, for us. Yeah, Ashley.
No, for Ashley, that was not being there. And, I think you are the main stakeholder of kind of verification and, the management user requirements. We just say that we have two kind of users. One of them are simple users that want to watch all the projects, watch the traces and donate. And we have kind of management users that they can create projects, can confirm, payments or delegate payments, and also work as a reviewer or, for example, DAC owner. About the campaign managers and DAC owners, we can, redirect them to use the interface of the trace. It's no problem for them. But for non-management users, there are some use cases that we have to bring it to the front end of the I/O with the support of the trace backend. And that's we're talking about these items right now. And I presented some mock-ups that can make sense for everybody. That if you want to go through the, for example, developing or having some comments. For example, I just put, for example, a trace tab on the project that when the project is traceable and the user clicks on the trace tab, all the traces of the project can be listed in the UI of the Giveth.io, for example. and that there are some suggestions there that we want to plan for it for the next week and go through it. And for management users, I think actually can help a lot. We make just this verification process for them to make their project traceable. But there are some use cases for the project managers too. For example, if they want to be campaign manager, or if they have a traceable project, they might need to delegate the funds, or they might need to view their traceable and non-traceable projects together and decide what to do with them. There are some use cases for the management users too that we have. We ran out of time. And I talked a lot. Appreciate if you have any comments. Go ahead. Don't hesitate.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I hadn't had a chance to look at this Notion document until just now, but I would be definitely willing to go in and make some comments and come back tomorrow to the planning and kind of like bring up some of the topics. But I'd like to take a look at what's already there, and we don't have a lot of time left in the call.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything to add or have any comments about demo or another issue, another agenda? Okay. Seems perfect for this meeting. Thank you, everybody. I love to have a short discussion with Matto and all the devs before we go to planning tomorrow. Matto, please let me know if you have, for example, 15 minutes or 30 minutes before.
What's the time for tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow this time we're gonna have planning, but before planning, I appreciate if we have, some gathering.
Yeah,
or,
sure. Give me today and maybe 1 hour before the meeting.
Yeah, it's going to be perfect. I mean, Mohammed Rami, do you have time? About 1 hour before meeting?
Yes, sure.
And sorry?
I'll let you know. I don't know what time is it.
Okay, thank you. And thank you everyone for your attendance. We have a planning tomorrow. Let me know if you have anything specific want to add it to the sprint planning. I care about your analytics stuff, Mitch, and we're gonna plan for it for the next. If you have anything to add for the IO, please let me know. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Great work.
Bye.
Have a good time.
Bye.
Goodbye.